Oh, hey, Ronnie. What you doing?
Oh, hey. I'm just chilling on my new Victorian couch.
Oh, what happened to the futon?
Decided to class it up a little bit for season two.
Cool. What you listening to, Ronnie?
This is the new Larry Keel album, American Dream.
Sweet. Can you tell us about it?
No, but you can watch this interview.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Thanks so much for joining us. This is it's good to see you guys, and it's nice to get to chat. We were doing this a lot, like when we were in early quarantine, and I think now that we're about to roll back into it, we're going to start doing a lot more Zooming again. Get back into our Zoom game.
There you go. Zoom on.
Yeah, we've been, we started Festy Nuts about 4 years ago. And so our whole goal and premise of our website is to travel around to music festivals, review the festivals, review the artists, review their work, and just kind of bring people that can't be there to the show. And now that really none of us can be at the show, we had to kind of rethink everything. And we decided, well, let's hang out with people at their homes and these musicians at their homes and just see what they're up to and how they're dealing with kind of the world going a little crazy right now. So
Yeah, we're just, when they turned the lights off for us in February in the music business, we took a little time because we'd been on the road for so long to just breathe and just sort of take stock and just try to figure out what you're going to do, because basically it was a huge year we had in line for us as far as playing shows and festivals and just huge venues and everything. And then we're like, okay,
that evaporated.
Yeah, all that went away. So we just took to gardening, had a big old garden.
Did you? Yeah. Was that new for you guys? I mean, you're normally not home in the summer, I imagine.
Not really new, and yeah, we're not really home much during the summer, but we've had gardens throughout our touring career a little bit, but and usually we have to ask someone to come water the garden and pick tomatoes or whatever,
Yeah, way.
But
we've always had a garden for, I don't know, 10 or 12 years.
Yeah.
And you grew up doing that with your family. So.
Yeah, but it was nice this year to be able to really grow a garden and put back all the stuff for winter, and just it was cool to see all the seasons here at our house in the Blue Ridge Mountains, because we're in and out so much, it's hard to notice it. It's nice to see the
every
change.
Particle we could observe every day, second by second, really. Whereas usually we're bouncing around, and that had its benefits too, or has its benefits, traveling during the season changes, because we can get extended spring from Maine to Florida and a tour or whatever, or extended fall leaf changes, and that's always been cool. We've always observed that and enjoyed that.
And fishing.
Yeah. But to observe on things here at the homestead, the garden, the fishing, the nature and hiking and all, really focus on that every day. It was something to engage with and get therapy from.
Control the madness.
When there was absolutely nothing else we could do.
I might as well get my trout fishing pole ready and just spend some time outside, and beats cabin fever.
More time.
And, well, I mean, Jenny, Larry's pretty famously a fisherman, and in the music world, everyone knows Larry likes to pick and fish. What do you do while Larry's fishing? What's your passions and hobbies?
Oh, well, I love being outdoors no matter what. So I scamper and do anything I want while he's fishing, but I fish too. So I'll fish as much as I want. If we're on some drift boat for an 8-hour float, I'll fish and fish and fish until I don't want to, and then I whip out some poetry and read or doze or space out. And same in the woods or wade fishing. I'll fish as much as I want to, and then go exploring and do my own thing.
Yeah, she'll catch one this big, and then
She'll show you up and then take a break.
Larry's a great guide. That's the thing. I can't guide and I can't tie the knots and all that stuff, but he can, and he can put me on fish, and then I'll get my thrill for however long, or whoever's guiding us and stuff. And then, then I might just peel off and do something else.
I've been trying to learn to fly fish a little bit on and off the last couple of summers. And when I've done it, Kelly's kind of just sitting by the creek or by the river with a book and a beer, and I kind of like that because I figure if she starts trying to learn, she's gonna do it way better than me probably.
Yeah, exactly. Watch and learn.
I hear guides say that women, especially beginning women, have just so much more, I don't know, I'm not humility, but just patience and total open-mindedness. There's no ego, there's no thing, not saying it's a dude thing to be that way, but they've observed, that women tend to get it quicker and have better luck.
They're more relaxed, I guess, about it.
Totally.
Where the guy's like, I gotta go catch some fish. Sure, I'll catch a fish.
Okay, whatever. And then next thing you know, you land a 22 incher.
I'm sure it's been nice just to step back and just enjoy.
It's true.
Yeah, it is true.
We totally.
And having so much time too. That's I sat down and I play the banjo a lot around the house. I like doing that, and relaxes me. And it's just something I always wanted to learn. So I sat down, and a lot of the songs I write on the banjo. So songs started coming to me, and I don't know. I guess I read 6 during the quarantine time.
So in March, I would say, once you were really woodshedding, hibernating, you started writing songs. Yeah.
And that was fun because it gave me something to do. I had to learn it on guitar because I knew I wanted to show it to my band at some point. And but writing the songs on banjo and having to put my thoughts out, that came pretty clear, I think, at that point.
It's fast.
And so I had time. I was like, well, I should maybe record a CD, but I don't want to go into the studio because of quarantine stuff. And it was just everything was just sort of scary at that point. And I didn't want to bring the band together, even though Jenny's here, but didn't want to, everybody's doing their own quarantine.
Didn't want to get the mandolin player and an engineer and the whole thing in an enclosed, confined studio. That just wasn't going to happen.
So, but the thought of it was cool because this will occupy some time. If I do record it, I'll have something to work on, and I can make a good message and make it what I want it to be. But so Steve Heavener, my road manager and longtime friend, said, well, I can bring the equipment down to your house and record you, and I'll wear a mask and just me and you sitting there. And I was like, well, that's cool.
In one big open room.
Yeah, I was like, it's cool, but I don't really want to just record a solo project of me sitting here with a guitar and singing the songs. I will probably one day, but that's not what I wanted these songs to be. So I said, well, if you give me some time to sit and practice, I can probably brush up on my banjo playing and my mandolin playing and my guitar playing and my bass playing.
Yeah.
And then I could lay all the songs down track by track and start with the guitar and the vocal, and then add the bass to it, and then add the mandolin to it, and just build the song as you go, So I was like, well, no, that's cool because that'll give me something to work on for a long time, between the practicing and the recording it and the editing it. And I was like, okay, that'll give me a few months of stuff to do. So I sat in and just started doing that project, and finally got it done. It's coming out Friday.
It was really fast. Actually, you got it done. He came in May. So you had you'd finished writing the songs, you'd practiced your instruments, you'd gotten your arrangements down. And I think he was in here in May. And since then, it's just been the whole, you fix things with an engineer who worked remotely. It was all done through the cloud, just tidying up the songs and fixing the order and mastering it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever imagine doing something where you would play every instrument? Or was this really brought on by circumstance, but because of the safety of COVID, it just kind of became lost?
It was brought definitely on by COVID, it's like, because, I've said before that in the old days when I would write a song, I'd write it on the guitar or maybe banjo, but I'd present it to the band as me playing guitar and singing the song, and the band would listen and go, okay. Then we'd all play it together, and the band would, each person in the band would sort of work through their own parts,
Interpret it.
and interpret the song as they feel it. And that's what would create the final song. Well, with this, I was creating the song as I was going, I didn't have time to listen. Once I put the bass and the guitar down, I sort of had to concentrate hard on what I wanted the mandolin to feel like. So I'm feeling the mandolin vibe for a little while. Then once that all three gets together, then I'm putting a banjo to it or an electric guitar. And I'm listening to the ideas I had created on the other instruments and trying to play to that with whatever instrument I'm going to. So, and I never really got to hear the full version of the song until it was finished. And then it's like, oh, okay, that's what the song sounds like, so.
And Jenny, did you have any input on this, or is it just 100% Larry?
Oh, it's 100% Larry. Oh,
it's my fault.
Yeah. Was it weird for Jenny, for you not to be playing bass on any of this or anything? Or?
I'll be honest. I would, start to say something or whatever, and then Larry go, look, now I want to do what I'm hearing in my head, because he used my bass and stuff, my rig.
He didn't even get his own.
My thing, my gear. But anyway, I could see from the get-go he wanted to have his whole entire creative, ownership or whatever of just embracing it all on his own, evolving it on his own. And that was super cool. But we live in a tiny house. It's really literally a tiny house that's been added onto a couple times. And we have a shed. So when it was cold and rainy, he'd be up in the shed, but it's close enough by that I could hear the amp and whatever. And I've heard that I've been so awesomely excited to hear every particle of this project evolve from the very beginning. And it's just been so genuine and great. And I don't know, I could just feel it, how cool it was from the very beginning. So now, whenever I say, hey, I would do it this way. No, I'm just, let me do the bass, and so I back off. I didn't push it too much, did I?
No.
And me, I can like not let go, but I did.
Don't let go.
But I did. I let go and let it ride. And I just I'm so into this project and everything you did, and the music, and it's been really cool. And
you are happy with the result, I take it.
Me or Larry?
Both of you. Yeah.
Well, I definitely am.
Yeah, it's an honest project, and I think it's come across the way that I wanted it to, in a positive fashion, from people that I've talked to, because that's what I wanted. I wanted to just put a positive thought out there, and there are a bunch of them, and just say, hey, let's
start a conversation.
I hope this makes you feel good. I hope you get something good out of it, and try to lift people up rather than bring them down, because it seems like everybody's pretty crazy out there. So yeah, why not throw some positivity into the air and hope it multiplies.
It's definitely one of the things that 2020 needs. I feel, you know, the first few listens that I gave it is like, it feels like 2020 in a way where it's topical, but not specifically topical. But
No.
it addresses the time that we're in without focusing on the negativity of it, and like you said, the positivity of bringing us together and up. I mean, I think it's a perfect like piece for where we are right now.
It's a nice way to kind of bring people together and focus on, like, there's a lot of divisiveness happening in the country right now and in the world, but if we can look past that and know that that's, you know, we're a community, we're a country together that really believes at the root of it all in a lot of the same things. We do have a lot for the majority. I do believe the majority of this country has a lot of the same strong beliefs and morals.
Absolutely.
Directed right now, but this is a direction that we can all, I think, get behind. And it's nice to see a lot of musicians, including you, in this new album coming out and just getting that message out that music does bring us all together.
It does. It does, you know, and that's just the most beautiful and magical thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And
well, you know, I've seen several other people talking about your album and reviews and stuff, and it's hard to not talk about the very first line of the whole album, that you don't want to grow up to be another angry white guy. But you know, my question is, what do you want to grow up to be, Larry?
I don't know. I want to grow up to be a nice guy, and I want to help people and try to bring some happiness into everybody's life, you know, and just leave my life better than I found it, you know.
Okay, I can get behind that. Side note: one of the first times we saw you play, I believe, was at the Fox Theater in Boulder here. Do you remember? You remember what I said? At one point, I just looked over at Kelly and go, "I want to be Larry Keel when I grow up."
That's what you wish for.
Ooh, yeah.
I know. I'm working on it a little.
Well, I think things are going pretty well so far. What do you think, Neil? What's that? Oh, okay. Neil would like to hear a song. What do you think? You want to hear a song? All right. How about it, kids?
American Dream. I don't want to grow up to be another angry old white guy, self-important, all wrapped up in this white lie. It's best when I spread happiness around, not bringing everybody around me down. I don't want to grow up in a world that's filled with hate. I'd rather look at our differences and relate. Help everyone achieve most anything, so they won't sleep through their American dream. I want to look around and see the face of the smiling child, and an out-of-control world that always seems to be running wild, protect and nourish love for family, 'cause that's what means the most to me. I just want to be happy and spread it around like wildfire, to be better than the rest, and I have no desire to help and not harm my fellow man. Listen, love, and do the best I can. Yeah, I don't want to grow up in a world that's filled with hate. I'd love to look at our differences and relate. help everyone achieve most anything, so they won't sleep through their American dream.
Well, talking about music bringing people together, you guys were able to play some shows this past month in October. How did they go? Did you feel good about them? They seem to be at venues that were doing a good job of spacing people out and outdoors.
It's so different, but in Virginia here, we're very fortunate to have some really good outdoor venues that are doing it right, totally socially distanced. And every one of them has seemed well received and
well organized.
Yeah, and I felt safe, I mean, it's a scary thing out there with all the COVID and everything, but I mean, if we want to have some music and you can do it outside and you can sort of do it pretty safe, if everybody does the right thing, we can continue to do that.
Well, how did it feel from the standpoint on stage? I mean, we've all seen you guys, and we've seen you guys play plenty of times, and the energy you guys bring. I mean, to not be up front in a crowd dancing at a Larry Keel Experience show. I mean, everyone's spaced out. Is it harder for you to connect with the crowd and the things you have to do differently?
I mean, if I can see the crowd, I try to get good eye contact. It's different. It definitely not having a crowd dancing right in front of you, right up at the front of the stage, for sure. It's way different. But I also see just such emotion and appreciation in the crowd, because people haven't had any music, and whether you're playing to 1,000 or you're playing to 100 at this point.
Now it's like 10 to 40 or 200.
Yeah, I mean, versus it's those 100 people are amazing, even though they're spread out over an acre or whatever. It's like it's an incredible feeling to. You really realize what it means to you after doing it for so long. It's like, wow, it's a powerful thing.
I think we all, once we arrive at because some of these have been privates and a couple weddings, and then the others were ticketed public events since we've been able to play some shows. But I feel like at each one, there's this common understanding of, it's going to be different. Everybody has to stay apart. Everybody has to stay back from us. Everybody has to just, show some self-control and all that stuff. So that once we all accept that and understand that, which we all do, then we just, get into our entertainment mode. And let's all have some fun and let's connect this way with the music and just get some relief from being together finally and in a situation,
gathering.
And it's different to not have that intense energy, mashing together energy, but it's been great and healing. And like I said, what we have noticed is that we really try to encourage things to sort of cut off by 10, if whatever the format is of these events we've done. And most of them have been way earlier, because
the alcohol checks in, and then everybody forgets.
We're subject to, we're only human.
I can't drink through my mask.
Everybody just gets a lot more casual and loose, which is totally understandable, but we just can't do it.
We're not there yet.
I don't mean us. Nobody should. So we really try to discourage the later showtime or whatever event time and wrap it up. And when we do that,
it's so good.
Been part of that. It's been awesome.
Well, I mean, it's an interesting thing that, we've talked about all the time as we get older, like your main acts come on sometimes at 11 at night and all that. Like, you know what, we're all getting older. It's okay for us to have some earlier shows here.
Okay with absolutely.
I'm glad you agree.
This has probably been the healthiest year I've had in
So healthiest summer
30 years.
for sure. The healthiest summer.
Not staying up till 3 every night and
Yeah.
dealing with all that, and pretty amazing.
Yeah, I know. And our tolerance is really down. I have like one glass of wine and I'm like, whew.
All right.
I'm definitely out of practice. So we did get to experience a few live shows this late summer, early fall, which in Colorado, it's pretty much done now. That's about it. Right. We definitely experienced that too. If it was done earlier, it was great. But once the drinks kind of came out, forget it. And I think that's why too, a lot of people are out of practice too. So it only takes a couple beers and everyone's guard down.
Right. Yeah. I didn't even think of it that way, but you're right. The tolerance level.
Yeah, exactly.
Out of practice. Wow.
Yeah. We haven't had any good moonshine in ages. You know? Doesn't make its way out here without you guys traveling.
Well, if you pass through Virginia, let me know. I can put some snake bite medicine for you.
We just scored something good. We were in Roanoke last week, which is where Franklin County, it's the capital, moonshine capital of the world. That was even this sign when you enter the county.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thought he had some good shine last week.
Mm-hmm.
Larry shares it with his brother. He likes it a lot. I mean, he likes it better than we do.
Of course, you can't drink out of the jar now. You got to pour it in a cup.
That's right. There was that too. Everybody drinks out of the jar.
Speaking of your brothers, the song on your album, is that your brother? Is that who that's about?
Yeah. Gary Keel. He's one of the very best there is out there.
And how did he take that song?
He liked it. What did he say?
Oh, he's so humble and modest. He's like, he plays it down. Oh, you quit that. What did he say the first time? So funny.
I mean, it's very flattering tune, I would think, but you never know brother relationships, how somebody takes that much praise.
Yeah. He loves it. I could tell
he's my bro. He's a good.
So touching.
He's a good one. Real good.
It brings me to my knees when as I watch this song be written and Larry record it. And the first time we played it for Gary, I'm just bawling. Like, oh, I think it's so just meaningful.
You're right.
Real.
You're right about what you know. That's what I was always told.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's the highest form of flattery for sure. He must be a great guy.
Yeah. Hope you made him.
Nice. Well, I mean, we can't speak highly enough about American Dream. It's front to back, fantastic album, and can't wait for people to hear it. We're recording this on November 3rd. I don't know if we'll have this broadcast by the 6th when this comes out or not. So people may have already gotten to listen to it by the time we have this interview out there.
We're gonna try.
Yeah, but it's I can't wait for the world to get this new album. That's what everybody needs right now.
Oh man, thank you so much.
Well, as we said, this is November 3rd, which like we said, our viewers aren't going to see this on November 3rd.
And one of my big things is I haven't watched the news in months now.
We don't have television for one.
Yeah, so I haven't read the news or anything. I got tired of all that, and it was just way bringing me down. And so the way I look at it is, whatever happens is going to happen, and all you can do is go vote, and that's all that you can do.
Agreed. Yeah, and it is pretty exciting to see how many people have voted early. I think if that's one positive outcome, no matter the results of the election, it's that
absolutely.
I think we're waking up.
I was going to say that's what's happening.
Yes, that's what we've been saying. So hopefully,
that's a silver lining.
Yeah, it's happening. People have been waking up, so that's a beautiful thing.
But as far as the reaction, we've been sort of training ourselves for the moment. Can't deny that.
What would you say positively if Trump gets another 4 years? How would you just talk people off the ledge a little bit? and just,
Yeah.
you know, what's a good positive spin that you'd like to share with people?
What would be something positive I could say? Let me think for a minute.
Well, let's say what we always say. We got this from The Little Prince, that little book.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What's going to get to this point?
It's cultivate your own garden.
Yeah.
And of course, literally, but figuratively,
Yeah.
it's the little philosophy of the child.
Make your world around you better, you know.
And around
you can do that.
and it will reverberate to the universe. Just trust in that, and good, just make your little garden good.
Empower yourself.
Yeah. Great.
Perfect.
That's perfect. And that's for either candidate, really, you know, like.
That's what I mean.
Exactly.
Of course.
Exactly.
Every day.
Exactly.
That's just the path.
That's just great advice to live your life anyway. Yeah.
Perfect.
And we all need that right now, for sure. I mean, even with lockdown about to happen, I'm sure quarantine's going to happen again. And I think, you know, just focus on the positive and make sure that that's the whole energy that you're spreading to everyone, which you guys always do. And we really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Likewise.
That's what I'm saying. Love your smiles, man.
But cultivate your own little garden. I think that's an awesome place for us to leave this with, you know, everything that going on in the world.
Yeah.
You guys are a force of good and positivity, and we appreciate it so much having you in our musical spheres. And
thank you
We're
so
grateful.
much, and thanks for taking the time to do this and put this out there.
Yeah, so much.
You guys too. Thanks for sitting down with us today, and hopefully we'll get a chance to maybe catch up with you again later this winter and see what you've been up to.
We would love it, and just peace and love to you guys, man.
Love you guys.
You too. Thanks so much,
Thanks
guys.
again. We'll be in touch.
Okay, we will too.
All right,
Take care.
Bye-bye.
That was great. Thank you so much, Larry and Jenny Keel, for taking the time to talk to us. Make sure you check out American Dream. This is an amazing new album, available on larrykeel.com.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. We hope you will check out season 2 of Festy from Home. And you can follow us on Facebook and check out our YouTube page so you can catch the next episodes. Thanks so much.
And for now, be your best self.
I don't want to grow up to be another angry old white guy. Self-important, all wrapped up in this white lie. It's best when I spread happiness around, not bringing everybody around me down.